What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and this is my first impressions on Gundam Evolution after putting hours in the closed beta. Now I decided to sort of split this video, so this one will just be my first impressions, like some thoughts, what I like, what I don't like, and then I will do later in the week after playing more hours and when like the beta is about to end, I'll be giving my final thoughts, like if I feel there needs to be balance changes, thoughts on the future, any sort of stuff like that. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Personally, I was really excited for Gundam Evolution as a Gundam fan because, hey, here in the West, we pretty much get the end of the stick when it comes to the Gundam franchise. Now, I'm not too much of a hero shooter fan. I played Overwatch for a bit, but that's it. It's not my cup of tea. So I came with this game with like a clean slate and more for the Gundam than playing a hero shooter and hoping it is fun. And well, to be honest, I'm having a lot of fun and finding myself wanting to play more. I mean, that's the only game I have been playing this weekend, but there's definitely some problems and I can see why people would be turned off from this game or have like a very okay-ish experience. So have you heard of the phrase imitation is a form of flattery? Well, Gundam Evolution doesn't shy away from that. When people were saying, oh, it's Gundam Overwatch, it's literally Gundam Overwatch after having played it and seen so much of the game. And it's not just the UI. Like, for example, some of the stuff you can collect for the suits, like stamps, skins, voice lines, MVP scenes, like a lot of stuff already feels there, like Overwatch. But even like some of the abilities and some of the animations of the mobile suits feel very similar to certain characters in Overwatch. And I am sure when someone can point out, well, there is a game before Overwatch, or there was a game before Overwatch that had this and that, and Overwatch recycled or used their animations, like I'm sure. But Overwatch is the biggest team hero shooter, at least right now. And clearly that is the game that people will compare it to, like it or not. And at least you can clearly see, even me who I haven't played too much Overwatch, this game has made a mark on me and it's so easy to compare it with Gundam Evolution. And at times it just feels weird, would you say, when looking at characters, because the more I think about it, the more it's like, oh, wait, this character has this ability. It's similar to this ability from this character in Overwatch. For example, like look at Pale Rider. Pale Rider is supposed to be the intro mobile suit for you, that everybody can play. It's kind of like an all-rounder, I would say. It has a repair pod, which is similar to Soldier 76 Biotic Field. Pale Rider also has an Alt or G maneuver, which enhances the mobile suit, which feels a bit like Soldier 76 Tactical Visor Alt, which also enhances him, both using rifles. Yes, Pale Rider is a burst rifle, but you get the point. The more you start playing, there's definitely things that you can pull and you can find resemblance. I don't know if it's just me. Despite not playing too much Overwatch, it clearly has left a mark enough for me to compare it in this game. And I'm hoping I'm not the only one that does this. Now, I do want to state, that doesn't mean the game is not fun or bad with the, comparisons that I just did. It's just people who play Overwatch, especially those who are still playing it or who were avid fans of Overwatch, might find it very easy to compare it directly, which, depending on the individual, it might be a good thing or it might be a bad thing. Playing the game, I have to say, most of the suits feel fine. Some feel good, like when you're playing them, when you're engaging in combat, like they feel smooth, everything feels good. And then there are suits that just feel janky. I also want to say some of the animation feels janky too. Like Turn A's overhead throw, which at times can lead to some very hilarious interactions. I like the movement, how you have like bars and you can press to like boost yourself and the bars slowly will drain. Or if you like tap it quickly, you can dash. And certain suits get certain amount of dashes, like some suits get 2 dashes, others get 3 dashes. And I think Sasabi is the only one that has 1 dash. And basically it's because Sasabi is like a tank. Now I do have to say, for a team hero shooter, it feels they're not leaning too heavy on like the roles. So some suits have really good abilities for support, like Mephis can heal and drop a turret, or Dom Trooper can give you like a temporary armor boost to teammates or drop a mine. The tank is Sasabi, which is the only tank suit. I at least feel that way. Then you of course have DPS suits that like have insane movement and can do damage, like Barbatos. And playing with people, it feels more like you choose the suit that you like more than trying to play a role, which sometimes can lead to problems because there is no team composition. And this is a team game with team objectives. There is nothing saying this suit works better for support, or this suit is better for tanking, or this suit is better for being a DPS. It feels like the way the difficulty work is like stats, and then this suit's range is mid-range, close range, and that's all the information that you get. And it's up to you to figure out. Now, this also leads me to maps. I feel they're okay. Like, they do their job, and it can be fun when you're playing in those maps. Of course, people are going to have their favorites, and people are going to have the map they hate, but I don't feel they're memorable. Even after playing hours, I'm having a bit of a tough time remembering a landmark from a map. Like, I don't feel there's a specific icon or a specific place in the map that I just remember it. Like, oh, this is the place where we're mostly engaging, and I remember it because of this thing that's here. Like, there's nothing. I also want to say I've tried most suits. Personally, I have an incline to use Turn A, Barbatos, Marasai, Sasabi, and RX. Like I said, I feel because there isn't a specific role, it's easy to just switch to whatever suit you want. For me, I try to figure, a team composition. So depending on what our team needs, I try to do that. And you can definitely make a team based on roles. But I feel that's more if you play with your friends. Because so far, when playing with random people, it just feels like, whatever, just choose the suit that you like, go. And that can be a good thing, or it can be a bad thing depending on what you're looking for in this game. Do you want to play a Gundam game, or do you want to play like a team hero shooter game? And now, I know some of the stuff I said doesn't sound positive, but remember, these are my first impressions. It can change by the time of the next video. Also, it doesn't mean it's a bad game, and this is a beta, so things can change. This is not the end product, so also keep that in mind. I just feel some people, for this game, they're just gonna feel like it's an okay game, which is not a bad thing, but it's not gonna leave like a reason for them to come back. Like, I've seen comments of some people being like, oh, I tried the game, it's okay, I might play it later. For some people, it's not gonna be like, wow, this is amazing, I want to keep playing. But for me, at least, I'm playing it. It's the only game I have been playing because in the end, I am having fun. Despite the similarities with other hero shooter games or some of the early criticism I have, I still enjoy it, and it's not like I'm angry or like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this or they're doing similar stuff to this game. It's still a beta, so hopefully we haven't seen everything. Like, I am hoping there are better maps in the future and balance changes, which I want to play more hours before I criticize or give my thoughts on other specific stuff when it comes to this game, and before I have like a final say on what I feel like, hey, maybe they should change this or maybe they shouldn't. Because of course, since this is a beta, and especially if you have been playing, you might notice that some suits feel very strong than others. Like, I see a lot of people complaining about Barbatos. And in the end, this game is a free-to-play game, or will be a free-to-play game when it comes out. So you're not getting a bad game at all. It's not like this game feels like horrible trash or like asset flips. It's pretty solid, to be honest. It's just, I feel for some people, especially for people who have played a lot of Overwatch, or it's not going to have much of an impact, and they're definitely going to be comparing it. And for a lot of people, this game is just going to be okay. I think you should definitely give this game a try if you can get access to the beta. If not, when it comes out, it's free to play. I mean, you're only losing your time, and I feel with a game like this, it's pretty easy to tell if this is a game for you or not after a couple of matches. I think it's pretty solid. It's fun. It's just not for everyone, but that's just some of my thoughts. These are my first impressions after playing some hours. I am wondering though, what are your thoughts? Have you tried the game? Have you been having fun? Is it okay-ish? Do you think it's bland? Feel free to leave any of your comments down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.